Hi everybody, it's M here. I'm on the BOSSCRAFT server. This is my first time recording on the server, but yeah, I figured why not document some of my progress. So the basic gist of this server is that they're not planning on shutting it down, which will be really good. So although I've made some progress, or a bunch of progress, there's no plans in it ever shutting down. So there should be loads and loads of progress. This also is my first YouTube video, so welcome. Um, there's a few people on at the moment, so we might run into some people, but yeah, I figured I'd give a bit of a tour around my area, and then maybe later I'll do some more tours around the rest of the server, and we'll see what happens. So they've got a few like data packs kind of put in the server. So there's no mods, it's all vanilla. There's just some extra data packs that they've got. So one of them is a deco head. So I've started my collection of a bunch of them. The people on here are quite nice. So a lot of the ones I've got here were actually given to me or I bought from other people. I've got a few player heads as well, as you can see, including my own. But yeah, so this is like where I kind of sleep. There's not really anything interior in it. I've just got the heads. I've got a few plans that I've put here, but a lot of them have changed. Or yeah, so there's a few of them that I'm not 100% sure I'll continue with, because I made them a while ago. But we can make some more plans a bit later. So my area is on this side of the lake. That side is one of my neighbors that is also on the server. But yeah, so we've got this little fisherman's hut that I just wanted something on the ocean, so I decided to build a little thing. Had a bit of help from some other people, just giving me ideas of what to build. I've got all of these like hobbit hole type areas that, yeah, this is like the very first thing I built on the server. So within the first, I don't know, maybe week or so that it was up, um, probably less than a week, but I built it pretty quickly, which was pretty good. This is like a very very simple farm. I've had an issue with Enderman littering around my base, but yeah, very simple farm. I'll actually harvest some while I'm here. But yeah, I've got, although, oh, that's the other thing they have, is you can probably see up on the top where it had farming. Yeah, there it is. There is another data pack where I can level up my skills. So I think the highest I am in is foraging, which is like the leaves and tree cutting, because I like supply a lot of the trees wood here. But yeah, I'll just finish harvesting this. I've got some glowberries here because I use a lot of glowberries. I think the vibe of my base is changing, but it originally started out as like a, I don't know, like a fairyland type thing. I've got a very very simple automatic composter because I seem to need a lot of bone meal, so it's working pretty well, which is good. But yeah, so that's that little room. I have over here, both of these I did not um, get. These were when the little pillagers, like the group, spawn over at the base. I just tell people that they're there. I trap them in the boat usually, so they can kill them and, complete a raid. I have not completed any raids yet, so we'll see if that's something I'll do later. I had a creeper accident here, and I haven't been bothered to fix it. In here, got very, very simple farm. So this is like my wool farm, which seems to be doing quite well. It's been loaded in. Oh, it's been loaded in a bunch lately, so at least that's good. I'll soon need to. Maybe I will need to do that now. I don't know. I'll fix that later. I've got loads of wool. I've got loads of signs around of different players, taking things and, trading. A lot of these were before we kind of set up shops. Again, this is very basic. I have not done much. I got 3 cow crushers, which are also doing quite well. And yeah, there's another sign. But yeah, I've got loads of cow heads. So I don't know what I'll do with them. But yeah. Um, Over here I've got a very basic tree farm. That's the other thing. Since we've got those levels, so yeah, you can see I'm foraging 20. Um, I've unlocked an ability of like tree capitator. I'll go to the top actually. So the tree capitator, it's they didn't want it too overpowered, which I do respect as it is like a vanilla server. So they've done so like what's happened with it is it's got a cooldown period. So if I click that, it says I raise my axe, and it only lasts for 10 seconds, and it's not perfect. Um, but yeah, I still respect it. I enjoy it a lot more actually. But I'll just replace that, and at some point I'll sort that out. Just gonna. Yeah, the tree farm is very basic. It's just so it catches it and it goes into the chest over there. I've got all my tools and everything, which is pretty good. I went netherite hunting before the 1.2 update, so before the server updated to it, because yeah, it's a lot harder now. So I collected a whole bunch with one of the other people in the server. Anyway, up here, this is just empty. It's got some Enderman blocks, but I think somebody kind of claimed this room, so I guess I'll build like a little room for them. There was more blocks in here. I've just cleaned up a bunch. So yeah, I haven't done a lot of interior. This is back to the place where we started. Um, and yeah, you can see some of the other bigger builds that I'm working on. And loads of phantoms, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, so I'm around this lake. In here used to be my super smelter, which it still technically is. I just don't use it at all anymore. There's some old stuff in there. I need to clean it out, and some more Enderman litter. I got a little garbage can there. Up here I've got a few custom trees. I need to fix this one a bit though because it's a bit, it looks a bit odd. Like on this side it's like too thin. But I made that myself, which I was pretty proud of. I was pretty happy with. And yeah, now we're moving on to more of my favorite builds. So after I finished this hobbit hole, I built this tree next, and then I built this big tower, which everybody really likes. It's like the staple point of my base. And again, I had a creeper accident. The only thing is there is absolutely nothing in here. Like all the way to the top, I've made different floors, and I do not know what to put in here. So if you guys have any ideas, feel free to let me know. Because yeah, I've got no plans for this area, but it's super nice, super pretty. And yeah, it's like a really nice view. I've got it elytra friendly because yeah, I do have an elytra. I've got yeah full netherite, which is really good. I've got the tide trim, and I wanted it to match my hair, so I did the purple and green. But yeah, I built these paths. Again, I have not finished the paths because some of them don't have any mossy like patches. This area we'll go back to afterwards because you can see the progress I've made. So I'm pretty happy with all the This is probably the most I've ever built on Minecraft before, like survival. I've started adding a bunch of dragons, which one of the big projects I want is a huge one in the sky. But yeah, I know that's gonna take a lot of effort. Um, yeah, the chat is pretty active here. The server is actually very active, which is quite good. There's my dragon. I need to fix the back of his head though, because I think it's a bit flat. But I like the dragon overall. I've got a few cottages that I've made for people. So this is one of the people's servers. This is like the only place I've done interior in. Apart from yeah, it's a bit sad. There's not much like interior I've done in this room, but I'm pretty happy with all of the interior I've done. otherwise. Some shelves, a little chair, because another data pack they have is I can sit. Yeah, there we go. I can sit on the chairs, which is very nice. Ooh. But yeah, then it goes up here. These ones I all winged. I didn't actually plan out any of these builds, but I thought it was cool because like the dragons here, there's a weird cave there, which it's not really a cave, it's more a crater. And yeah, I want to add a little garden here, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. There's another big cave. Um, but yeah, we'll move on to. I heard a skeleton shooting at me, so we're just gonna close the doors and run away because I can't be bothered fighting. One of my favorite features of the base is this flower field that I made. It was very simple, but like if you have any type of hills you want to decorate, I very much recommend doing a flower field because this was just so simple to build, but it works so well. Like just lilacs are so easy to gather, and then I just did different flowers for everything else, which somebody put this one there, so I don't know why. We'll just fix that. But yeah, so I'm very happy with it. And then I added some azalea leaves to kind of break it up a bit, I guess. Down here is my little staircase. I had an axolotl in here. This was my little axolotl enclosure. I do not know where it has gone. So yeah, as far as I know, it couldn't jump out. But yeah, it was one of the other people in the servers actually gave me an axolotl. And over here, which I think I built this, oh, maybe I built it before the tower. I'm not sure, but I built this tavern that I have plans. I hear phantoms. I have plans for my, what's it called, brewing area, which I've got a few brewing stands. And again, no interior, just very basic over here with all the brewing stands. It looks a bit messy. I, again, still need to, yeah, do a lot of things. I've got a little fireplace here, which I'm also pretty happy with. But yeah, the door is missing. I'm not sure why. But yeah, the next thing, which I can probably go through at some point because there is nothing in here. It's just a very large building, which I need to sort out the front of it because it's kind of flat. Like it doesn't. It's not a lot. A lot of Endermen littering in here. It's just piling up. I think that was when someone was AFK over here. Oh no no! Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Okay, maybe at some point we'll sort out this zombie villager that I trapped in here, and I can have a little villager farm over here. Not that I really need one, but I guess it's helpful for some blocks. Anyway, the plan for this build is to be a sort of um, museum, I guess. So everything, like the server does have like lore and things like that. So I want this to be a sort of museum and like a time history. And Enderman keeps stealing my roof. Um, but yeah, it'll be a sort of historic time thing for it. But yeah, it's a little bit overgrown. I have not just had the chance to kind of go over this. But yeah, so that's the gist or like the plan for this building, which it's been a while and I haven't done anything with it. So we're just gonna put that and I'll do it at some point. I keep picking up mob drops. But up here we have you can see that build on the side, but we'll start with this one. There's another, I got a couple of these, of the little home, like handmade trees. I want to add some flowering leaves. But yeah, there's this building, which is also kind of overgrown, but I made it for this cottage for somebody. I just need to finish the interior. I just, again, haven't gotten around to it. I've got so many half-finished projects, so I'm hoping that making these videos kind of forces me to finishing them. Anyway, the next thing we have, which again I have not finished the path, of course, I've got this lovely dragon. So this was the first, and yeah, somebody has added a shrieker in here, so it growls at you. They left some signs saying you can take it if you want, but like I added it, and yeah, this everybody calls it the Charizard. That was wasn't my plan, but that's what everybody refers to it now as. Um, I do. This was the first dragon I built on this, and I like it because I want to have a bunch of the different colored dragons just around. So it's very at the moment brown and green and whatever, but I want some bright pops of color of dragons just scattered around the base. Somebody made a little home in there, so yeah, micro base the lung. The door replacement is just two of those. Anyway, there's not a lot in here. It was just little funny things. Um, the next is the Colosseum that I've built. I've got one of my plans so I don't forget, and I've forgotten many times. I want to put another dragon on top of here, so I might do a purple one at this point because I've got blue and orange, so I might do purple. And yeah, I really love this floor. This was one of the things I was very proud of when I did it. You can probably see it from up top. Yeah, so it's like very like Mandela type flower. I was very happy when I finished it. Like I was very happy with how it turned out. That you saw a jungle temple over there. Again, I've rated that because it's so close. There wasn't really anything into it. But yeah, so that was one of my big builds that I built, and then didn't finish it. So we're gonna run past the shrieker. Um, and yeah, the other thing, little details is what I'm trying to get better at. Is these little street lights. I really like them. I've put like a string here so it doesn't grow, but I feel like it makes the base so much nicer. Just little street lights. There's also a bunch of frog lights that not there though. That are scattered around. You also probably saw I picked up two when I broke that. That's again the skills thing. I think it was foraging or gardening or something. I don't know, but it sometimes gives me double. This place will be my library. Again, I have not finished the interior, but I have done some interior on it. So the only issue is it looks like someone with a little mustache. So that's great. But yeah, in here I really like the build in here. I just need to finish it with more bookshelves. But I've liked the little interior details that I've got so far. And I love the roof. I love it so much. But yeah, that's the library at the moment. Um, Over there you can see I need to build a factory, so that's going to be one of the plans for this series, I guess. Is yeah, my agility. There you go. We'll be making a factory to kind of hide these redstone gadgets. I did not build these. Um, I hired somebody on the server to build it for me, so I paid them in some diamonds. I've got a moss farm because, as you can see, all the roofs and a bunch of the other things, I need a lot of moss. So it just goes into here. Very efficient. It works really well. The only, oh, it's a bit loud. Um, but yeah, so the way it basically, I'll just stand over here. The way it basically works is there's one moss block, it bone meals it, and then it pushes it down. I'm sure you can find loads of tutorials on YouTube. I couldn't build this if I tried. I just can't. Um, but yeah, I'll just turn it off. But yeah, it's pretty efficient. Like it fills up quite quickly, which is very good. But yeah, there is one issue, but I think it's more of a lag issue. Oh, which it hasn't done, which is really good. Sometimes it turns into cobblestone. It's not too big of a deal, but I think it's because of where I live and where the server is held. I have very bad ping and connection sometimes. So yeah, I have some lag issues that cause the cobblestone, which sometimes need to get fixed. But it works well. Over here I've got a super smelter as well that again, I hired someone to build. Um, but yeah, I've got the smelter items in there, the normal items go in there. There's an AFK hut. I don't know who built this. It just showed up one point. But yeah, again, I would try and explain how this works, but um, it wouldn't be helpful to anybody. I've also got a little flower farm here, which I need to replenish with bone meal because you can hear it just going tick 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 because everything's empty. I do have a lot of flowers though, so that's something. Anyway, I think this was the gear they were using to build. I think they're all empty. Oh no, there's some trees and stuff. When they were building it, I think they put all the gear in here. Now we're going on to what I've been working on as of the past couple days. So this is going to be where my mega base is. It looks like it's going to be one build, but it looks like it's going to be multiple, but it's going to be one build. That's going to be connected by this giant beanstalk. So I want it wrapped around all of these like skyscraper type buildings. It is quite different over there, which is why I've separated with a bridge. But again, I need to finish this bridge because it's very flat at the moment. And I need it to mesh with this, so I need some white like pillars, more modern, to kind of, transition it. But the what's called the inspiration I had for this bridge was like you've probably seen those like coffee tables where people pour resin and they look like waters or little ecosystems on a coffee table. That's where I got the inspiration for this because I thought it would be a very pretty, bridge. I'm very happy with how it is so far. I haven't really got a way up because I've just been flying there at the moment. Oop, can't get up at all. But yeah, it's very big. There is no interior. I don't think these ones have roofs even. I'm in the process of getting rid of the vines because I wasn't the biggest fan of how they are in the jungle biome. Like it's too much of a contrast, like with the different shade of green. So I'm getting rid of that. This one I built the most recent, so I've got this big beanstalk as you can see. So this will be, I need it to, or I want it to kind of connect up here, or I'll have another building there maybe to connect it. I don't know. I want it to seem like a massive like beanstalk or vine has just, taken a whole city and is just like evolving with it, I guess. That's the whole plan for it. Again, there is no interior. There's no lights actually in there either, so it's a bit of a mob trap. I've had a creeper issue already. And I've had a creeper issue over here as well, but I think I covered it up with vines. But yeah, so these are the two main bases I'm working on at the moment. I was wondering why I couldn't sprint. Too hungry. But yeah, I'm gonna build some more. I think I want it to go to build height, so I want it to look like Earth is kind of taking over and stealing all these buildings for its own, like to make the highest. I don't know. That's the plan. But yeah, I love the way my base looks at night actually. Can have a bit of a fly around, and you can see how glowy it is. I'm, you know, very happy at the moment because I've got no ping issues, but that's for how long? Like I don't know. I usually go on top of this person's house and you can see the whole base. I'm very happy with that dragon head. I've got a conduit in here as well that I paid someone to put in it. Um, but yeah, so I'm very happy with this dragon head. The way it glows, just everything about it. Anyway, here is where you can see the progress. So this is my storage silo. I had someone give me a gift, or give me a gift, and then I gave them a gift back, and they were very happy, and they gave me another gift, which they were very generous, so I'm very happy about that. Um, but yeah, so here's my storage silo. If you look down, you can see I have not finished it. But yeah, I have a lot of building materials in here, so we'll just say bye. yeah, everybody's very welcoming on the server as well. If someone joins, it's everybody says hello. If somebody leaves, everybody says goodbye. Like it's a very good community. This is my random wood chest. I've got some birch logs. I've got a lot of jungle. I've got a lot of oak. And yeah, so this is like my wood floor, I guess. So all of these are wood. I've got loads of sticks. And yeah, the cherry logs from the new update, which I've just been farming because I'm stocking them in my shop, which I'll show you. It's a temporary shop. We haven't really made a shopping district yet. So it's just, yeah, very temporary at the moment. I've got rockets here. Oh, I don't know, I have that many. So that's good. Anyway, this is my like nature. I tried to do it in order that I use it. So this is my nature type area. After this, it kind of it kind of gets a little bit random. Um, but yeah, so I've got mossy cobble, which I have not got a lot of. I've got lots of dirt though from clearing out. Oh, I forgot I put this in here. Let me clear that out and I'll fix it. Um, yeah, lots of grass, lots of dirt, and yeah, loads of saplings, wheat. This one's kind of a random chest. Loads of saplings. Oh, I got rid of a bunch because I put them in my composter, but that was full. Got more saplings in there. But yeah, this is like my nature type area. I think this is another random chest. I got loads of apples, which is helpful at least. Down here is more of my stone building material type things. I've got, yeah, cobblestone, a lot of cobblestone actually. I've got lots of deep slate because I'm building a very large hole for no reason. I'm just doing it. Yeah, loads of deep slate. And yeah, bones, which I need a lot of because bone meal. Um, and yeah, I've got granite, diorite, all of that. I've got it decently organized. Oh, I have a lot of sand, apart from that chest. I went on a big sand mining spree yesterday. And yeah, amethyst as well. Down here is more of my valuables and nether. Got a random chest as well. I haven't made a floor because I plan on making this bigger. I know it seems kind of annoying, like, going around, but I've gotten used to it and, you know, at least I'm organized. Blackstone, I've got gilded blackstone, which I actually won in a competition on an event in the server. Same with all of this coral and honeycomb. I've got copper as well, a decent amount, and a decent amount, yeah, here's another, I took some gold, blah blah blah. Got loads of iron, which I'm very happy with, and some coal. I had a lot, but it all went into the super smelter, which I think it takes like 100 stacks or something, it's so many. But yes, this is more of my valuables and things like that. It's not as full as you'd think. I've got some stuff in here, but it's not as much. Here is pretty empty. I haven't made chests for everything yet. Another of the data packs they have are obituaries. I die a lot, as you can see. And there's more in here. And then I've got some enchanting books and some more obituaries. Here are all my spare deco heads that I've gathered over the time. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I have them. String. I've got some music discs. And yeah, this is more of my valuable random stuff. Not loads in there. Loads of phantoms. I think I've killed the most phantoms on the server by far. I think I'm up to like almost 200 or something like that. Some random armor from mobs, random tools from mobs, soul sand and things like that. And down here, the only chest that I've filled down here is my rotten flesh chest, which most of it I just throw away anyway. So, but I still have storage for it. But yeah, and then afterwards I can just climb over. Oh, climb up the water, I mean. And yeah, I've got a spore blossom, which I like with how it makes all the particles around here. yeah, this is my shop as well. So it's M's Bits and Blocks. It's kind of hard to see. This is only a temporary shop because we're going to have a shopping district. It just hasn't been sorted yet. So, as you can see, when I had a bunch of those signs over there, I kind of figured I needed to make a shop because one of the days I came back on the server and I had like 4 or 5 signs just scattered around my base for people taking things and like, trading stuff, which is fine, but I figured I'd make a shop just so they have somewhere specific. So I've got all my prices. I sell pretty much just random stuff that people don't want to grind and get. Glass, because we can't make any sand dupers on this server just because of like lag reasons. So, you have to go out and we don't have any deserts nearby. Um, so you have to go out quite far to find a desert or go around to beaches or ocean floor. Anyway, we've got steak, leather, which I don't think I've sold anything because I checked this morning. Sticks. People sometimes buy the sticks for trading with villagers. I have it cheap because I don't need them. I just get it from mining trees. Loads of jungle wood. Cherry leaves as well. I just stocked that today. Flowering azalea leaves. Some of these I have not restocked. Dirt and grass. Moss blocks. Gravel. Sand. Oh, I haven't waxed the signs, so since the new update I can change it, but I'll do it eventually. We'll just go. Oh, I think that was might be the second account for somebody. But yeah, I stock cherry logs that I stocked today, spruce leaves, oak leaves, wool because I have that sheep farm. This is where I get the most sales out of. I had to increase my price because I kept selling out, and it's still kind of difficult to get because we can't have too many because we don't want to cause issues with what's called with the lag already. I've also got a service for tree building. Oh, I already made a mistake there. Let's fix that. Fixed it. um, but yeah, because I have actually sold some of those, which is pretty good. I've got a tree in here, and yeah, I want to fix this. It's kind of ugly, but I figured it's temporary, so that's why I haven't really done much with it. But yeah, I do get enough sales, and I'll show you in my ender chest is where I keep all of my diamonds and things. So I do buy things from the server, mostly rockets. Is what I buy. Yeah, I think it was the second account for that person. Um, but yeah, so I buy a lot of rockets and things like that from other people. And so the reason why is because I've been making that hole. So I've got a bunch of diamonds. So I've got 30 blocks plus 3. These are in here for whatever reason. Someone actually gifted me in that where that chest was before. They gifted me 2 of the pots, which was really nice. I got pig step as well. This is I'll probably have to blur that out, I've realised. I'll rename it at some point. But it's my closet of all my riches, which I won't show because I've realised that I need to change the name before I show that. I just got a bee nest. I've got an extra elytra, and this is a treasure map I haven't actually seen yet. But yeah, I'll blur out the what I've named that because it's a bit, yeah, I don't think that'll be very much allowed, but oh well. I'm gonna put these away. So I've got my cherry saplings here, and I don't think I have anything for cherry leaves. I'll just put it in here as well. But yeah, they want me to join voice chat, so I'll join a little bit, but I'll just. So I've got some more things as well that I'll show, but this is basically the most of my base. Everything else is underground and not as interesting. I'll just let them know. that I can join in a sec. But yeah, otherwise, I've got a little beacon which that's where the hole is, and oh, as it's raining, I guess that's time. I'll go back to my little hobbit hole, and I'll say goodbye to you guys over here. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. It's my first first video, so it's really nice to. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, so you know, it's nice to have a server that I finally feel like I'm gonna be active enough to actually do stuff with it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!